Hello everyone, it's me, Sirenu-Eve Art, and back at it again with another painting video. Today, I will be painting a little Red Crested Cardinal. I've had this photo saved on my Pexels royalty-free image account for quite a while. If you don't know what Pexels are, it's really good if you want images to not copy off, but paint or draw or get inspiration from, because they are all royalty-free. And also if you have an account you can save images, so I save like a lot of animal photos. It's people's photography work that they can put up there for free and people can use for free. And I pretty much use that for most of my images that I ever get to try and do paintings off. And this is the same sketchbook that you've seen in many other videos when I did my magpie and my skeleton fishes and different things. It's just the sea white multi-purpose, would that be the right word for it, sketch pad that you can use for light watercolours. You can use fine liners, you can use pens and pencil. They do handle water quite well though. The pages obviously do buckle a bit because they're only meant for light washes, but I am terrible, I don't listen, I still am dead heavy-handed with the book, bless. But it does really well and handles the water, I think, absolutely fine, especially if you use one of the metal clips that you'll see in the middle of this video. I use that just to keep the side down and it kind of prevents it from buckling too much. But yeah, so just want to go with a simple painting. Thought I would do just a little watercolour wash of a red cardinal. The tin that you saw was a ROSA tin and it was just empty when I bought it. And then I filled with my own caps, and it's got the Cotman watercolours in, the Windsor and Newton professional range. Scrap that, I don't actually think the Cotman are the professional range, they're just like the student range watercolours. But they're quite good for value for money. I used to always get mine from the range, but the range have unfortunately discontinued the like the Windsor and Newton section now, so they only have Simply Art, I think it's called. And a few Daler and Roni graduate stuff. So unfortunately I haven't been able to get them, but you can get them off things like Jackson's Art, you can get them off eBay. Quite easy to come by and get off, and I think Hobbycraft sells them as well, but don't hold me onto that one because I'm not too sure. So that's what I'll be doing in this video. Once again, quite a short video. I've tried to keep it roughly 15 minutes, so it's not too long. I don't want to bore you. But obviously started out with a simple sketch, and then I rubbed it like the sketch out so it was lighter, because obviously with watercolours, when they dry quite light, I don't like to be able to see like too much of the pencil underneath. Sometimes it works with certain drawings and that, but sometimes it just doesn't, and I don't want it just to be outlined. So that's pretty much what I did. Started with a sketch and then just did simple bases of the main colour, what each section of the bird was. So like the red for its head, the grey/blue for the base of the body, and then obviously the bottom of its body like a white with like a bit of a grey undertone to it, and just did them. And then went bit by bit and made it like darker and darker and heavy, like obviously try to put more pigment in. And that's pretty much it really. I pretty much used as well the Windsor and Newton professional watercolour brushes. I stuck with I think it was size 1 and size 4. Size 4 I used for the background, which was the squared off brush, and it's a bit bigger, and then I used size 1 and 2 for the pretty much the entire bird, but stuck with 1 just because obviously the book isn't the biggest and it's not obviously the biggest drawing, so it was just easy to get more detail and to actually stay within the lines using the thinner size 1 brush, and they were both rounded. So 1 square brush and 2 rounded. Once again, obviously you can see in this video as well now, the pans that I've made. I literally just got tubes of watercolour and put them in myself. I don't obviously have every colour in that pan, and the bottom ones obviously slide around a bit because I'm missing a pan, because I thought I bought enough caps but I did not. So that was me, silly mistake. But they're the same caps that I showed in one of the my haul videos that I did a few months back from Details in Newcastle. I got the ROSA pan and the little pans from there for the paintings, so, and also the sketchbook, so I pretty much got everything from there. The paintbrushes I got from the range, and the actual paints themselves I also got from the range, and that's pretty much it. But I will link different things and items down below in the video, and just hopefully you enjoy the video, and I will come back whenever I can think of anything else to say. There is one part that I will do another bit of a voiceover for, because I did a mistake, but I ended up going over it because I had a panic moment being like, oh my god, this doesn't look right, and then I changed it and it ended up turning out fine. So even in art, there's always mistakes that can be done, but they can always be fixed, and you just sometimes need to leave the painting and then come back to it, and then you can find a solution. So never worry or stress when you're painting and something goes wrong. this is the moment where I make a little bit of an error. So obviously on bird wings, obviously you can see the lines of each individual feather when you get a close enough look at them, and obviously you can see the lighter bits where the smaller feathers make up the wing. So it started off all right, but then on the darker part of the cardinal, I ended up making like really thick lines, and I made them just go straight, and they're kind of more horizontal, because obviously when a bird's wings folded, obviously it doesn't just sit perfectly straight, it's like curved, and it almost looks like one little chicken wing and then like longer feathers at the ends going towards the tail. And obviously it just ended up covering the whole bit like section of the wing, and it just looked wrong and just didn't look right. So, and I did have a moment where I was like, oh, I've ruined it, what do I do? But I was just like, no, Eve, have a breather. So I had 5 minutes and had a drink, and then I came back to it, and it ended up just, as you'll now see, covering it back again with the base colour that I already used, which is a mixture between ultramarine, and I mixed like black and white just to make it like a blue, like an off bluish grey. Redid that, and then I slowly went back over and did the feather, like the different markings of the feathers, starting with the darker sections of it. You'll see throughout the video that I kind of go back and forth and adding more light, adding more dark, because I was just trying to get a feel of what looked better. And then just slowly went with even finer brush and just kept doing it with a really gentle hand, little streaks, and I only did a few and then did the others in little sections. So that made me do less mistakes this time, and I was much more happy with how it turned out, because the feathers didn't look clunky, they were more at an angle, and it didn't look too condensed and like fake, like, so it didn't stand out too much for the wrong reasons. So yeah, ended up going better. And obviously once I added the light grey into the feather markings as well, it obviously brought a bit more to life, and especially once I made the bottom of its chest where it's just white, I put like some little indentations of like little feather tufts sticking out, so it made it look a bit more real rather than very structured and just smooth, because obviously most birds' chests aren't smooth, there is little odd feathers sticking out here and there, because like everything in life, birds aren't perfect, bless them. Their little feathers stick out all over the place, especially when they've had a bath or they've been doing the little shenanigans that they do in the wild. And then I added obviously feather tufts and like darker sections where the feet, their legs end, sorry should I say, or like knees, doing them and doing bases next to the tail a bit darker, just so it all kind of melded together a bit more and just suited a bit better. And that was it. But that was my mistake, and that's why it goes from having lines on it to being blank again, because I ended up covering it because I wasn't happy with it, and I knew that wasn't how it looked, especially when I kept looking at the image. And once I notice a mistake, I have to change it. My head physically won't allow me to keep it the same. So that was that. So, like anything, you can always change it, you can always fix it, so never stress. But that is pretty much the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, I try to keep it short, and I have so far managed to keep a video once a week coming out. It kind of hits the 7-8 day mark, but we'll count it as a week, you know. I'm a day off, but I'm getting better. But that's pretty much it. Obviously, feel free to give it a like and a comment down below, whatever videos you'd like to see in the future, or also what your favourite art products are. I'm always happy to hear. Obviously, I'll link everything item-wise that I use down below in the description box, and I'll also link all my other media platforms, my TikTok and my Instagram. I also have a Etsy shop, but I haven't got any items on there to sell yet, because I haven't thought of which ones I want to put up. But yes, I will see you in the next video, my dears. Bye!